I'm going to give everybody 1 second to join in because this topic of discussion is uber important and it's the reason why we do what we do. So while we sit here and wait for everyone to join in, because I want you all to be a part of this conversation, I'm going to introduce myself first and foremost, so it's clear who you're getting this information from. And a lot of times people are just learning of you and just figuring out who you are. So before we get into this serious conversation and topic that's happening in the sport of boxing once again over the weekend, I'm going to introduce, my name is Eric Bradley and I teach boxing. One of the reasons why I do what I do with my company named Master Boxing is I have a love for helping people evolve in all walks of life. But in the sport of boxing, it was the thing that I came up on in the passion, and being in a boxing family, it helped drive that passion and understand the sport from within. So with that being said, no matter the people who are watching, if you're young, if you're old, if you're male, if you're female, or whatever your gender is, let's be clear. We do this at Master Boxing because we enjoy watching a person evolve while learning skills and working on functions of the mind and body that are invisible to the naked eye, and which is what boxing gives you. It gives you those neurological advantages over people. It gives you that fortitude, that wherewithal. That's one of the things that I enjoy best about seeing what we do for the people in boxing. And another thing that I get out of it is when I see a coach come in brand new, like the first year, the first 2 years, we saw a serious spike in coaches learning and trainers learning and realizing that they didn't even have to be from the sport of boxing, that they could actually learn boxing on our site, in our portal, and of course, vested inside of our Facebook groups. And so, special shouts out to the metaverse for offering a place that we could all galvanize and stream. The pages, you know, it's kind of like your channel, but we get to see coaches evolve. Fathers who never been a part of the sport of boxing. We had 21 Golden Glove champions our second year doing our online academy with guys who never done this before. So if you are one of those fathers or mothers, it's possible. But what we do best is we show you a process, because what you don't get on the internet is the process of what this really is. Football, basketball, banking, painting, everything looks a certain way until you go behind the people who are skilled in it. And then you realize you don't know anything. So that's what we do over here at Master Boxing, is assure that your ride and you learning how to cultivate being or coming into this sport that you've not never had success in or even done, and a process in place will teach anyone to evolve with the proper guidance. And we are hands on. And that's what I wanted to make sure those of you who are tuning in and watching understand about who we are, why we do what we do, and what gets us up in the morning to lead. And so I hope that gave you more insight to who we are over here in social media, across the internet, or in big box gyms, small franchise, and small businesses, that you have a vested place to make sure that you prevent serious harm inside of the ring. And with my lineage, 3 generations in this thing, I have to take my role and guide the concerned father or mother who know I haven't boxed like or seriously, or I only had a couple of fights, and you definitely won't learn anything in that amount of time. But I want you guys to rest assured that we are your respite. So if you are a trainer or one of the coaches or mom or dad, make sure you introduce yourself down in the comment boxes and let's support one another, because our thing is a journey and a mission. And so with you, there is no us. So introduce yourself. If you have a second just to connect with us, we'd love to connect with you, because it's possible that you can be the true moving force and driving force behind your child's success, or someone that you're a guardian over, or just simply mentoring. With that being said, over the weekend, Friday night, there was a match over here that they were fighting for the WBA. Alejandro Ayala versus Hannah Rankin. And she suffered, Alejandra suffered severe punishment in the ring. And when I saw the clip, I was extremely alarmed when I saw that this is a situation, and it's always so easy to assume that you can handle any situation in the ring until it adheres. Once you get in there, it's a different animal. So, what we try to do is prevent these type things from happening, because they can be fatal. She's in a very serious situation right now, but learning the kind of things that we teach, you're not going to see any of this stuff inside of social media. So for those who are watching and thinking you're grabbing things from here and there and thinking, look, the things that you have no idea exist in boxing are the reasons why you will get caught up in a situation. When people who actually do it for a living, just like your job, you do it every day, you're probably one of the best at what you do, but that's the job you do. Try training someone who doesn't know all of the things that you do. Wouldn't that be more of a task than they think? Well, so is boxing. And we're talking about someone who's fighting for a title or defending a title. That means they made it all the way before they saw that dark night. So we want to make sure that you guys all are informed the right way. You have people who are in the managing part of this thing. You have people that are in the uh, just advisory roles. There are just so many different people who are part of the sport, but it takes so much more than what you realize until that moment hits you. And so I spoke right here in the how important it is to understand the 5 layers of your defense. And for those of you who are following us on YouTube, understand what that is. This video literally goes viral because, once again, people learn things they had no idea exist. And everything that we teach, you don't know exists. So that's how much stuff that you're totally oblivious to. If you go down our timeline, 90% of the stuff on that timeline you hadn't even seen before, or not that way, or broken down the way we break it down. That's just how thick the boxing vocabulary book and that dictionary is. So just think about a dictionary. Boxing, it also is a Bible. And so preventing these things for you young coaches, don't get fooled by thinking not having mentorship is a good idea, because you're going to figure it out on the job. One thing that's going to happen, you're going to be figuring it out with the sacrifice of someone else's health. That's not a great idea. That game plan really stinks to be DAME. I mean, MN. It just is not the way that you want to operate your business and on someone else's health. So we want to make sure that people who are coming in, if you're a mother, you're doing fitness, you're a father, you're learning by watching, We have a place for you. And this isn't a pitch for us. This is just making it very clear who we are, that we're not just some people out here posting. Like, I'm third generation, 30 years deep in the game. I don't even have to do this at all. I'm operating and functioning fine. I own 3 companies, but this narrative has to be fixed because these type things could be prevented. And with the 5 layers of defense, it could have totally been prevented. So we got to keep our minds and our prayers in this space where we edify this young lady in her recovery, but at the same time, we got to prevent, and that prevent defense, preventing serious harm in the ring, is where we are here to provide the knowledge, the expertise, and the experience to prevent you, whether you're just doing it for a self-defense purpose or if you're a mixed martial artist learning how to really box and not just strike. But boxing and striking is not the same thing, totally different animal. Anyone that I've worked with in the mixed martial arts world, which I've worked with a ton of them, I've been in boxing and mixed martial arts since 2005. All right. So I'm no new jack. I understand all of those layerings from Muay Thai, Hapkido, Muchada, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, everything that they offer. I've seen, been a part of, worked with the senseis. I have totally been engulfed in combat sports basically my entire life and the whole duration of the UFC. I saw it from the first match on. And from that point, I was shortly introduced to it. So I understand a lot of you guys who are trainers in the mixed martial arts world, you gotta know that there is a place where you gotta learn this thing the right way. That's what we're gonna focus on constantly doing. Yes, we have other agendas, and but our focus is to make sure that you all don't position your fighters. Now we got Golden Gloves coming up. Prevention is key. But if you don't know what's coming, because you got guys who are coaches like myself, very few of them on the planet that are at this level, which is the professor level, not teacher, not trainer, not coach, definitely not protege, but professor, the guy who write the books, the guy who puts it out, the guy who leads the leaders, the guys that are working the corners that you're watching. We're the education for those guys. We're not just hanging around social media. You know, we have serious endeavors with the top sanctioning bodies across across the professional combat realm. All of them. Everybody's at the very top. We have in our phone. We do FaceTimes. We communicate. We have educational things we do business with, so that you understand that what we're doing is much greater and much more real in this game than a lot of people are really understanding. So we just want to make clear that we want to prevent anything like this from happening. Forbid that something fatal happen, because this sport is, it's that serious. So with that being said, I will be sure to check your comments and things, but our messaging has to be extremely clear and fruitful nonetheless. So I ask, if you are actually in training and working with athletes and you are aspiring new, or if you're working with people at the highest levels, to introduce yourself and let us know exactly what part of the world that you do what you do in, and exactly what's your end game, what's your focus, because you have to have a plan and a strategy to get to that place. And when you have someone's health and wellness and you're responsible for it, the roadmap is so much easier to have and to have success in. not just get through a fight and be happy that you got through a fight, but knowing that you took that person and had a fruitful career, whether that's being someone who just was aligned to get put in position to have experiences at very cool events. Boxing and mixed martial arts have very cool events to be a part of. You don't have to be the world champion to be happy and excited and to really get a lot out of this sport. You can just be someone who gets to be a part of this amazing sport that we all love, whether you're loving it from the outside as a total fan, or if you're actually a professional inside of this sport, new and inspiring. It's irrelevant. As long as you get to have those experiences, that's what we're leading everyone to understand that you can do. So this was not about us. This was about prevention and making sure that there are so many people that could understand that the place that we've made for all of you to meet people who are from different walks of life, different corners of the earth, different creeds, different colors, different personalities, different languages. The School of Boxing is that place. And when you go up to our website, you'll see it. It's Top Trainer. You is the name over the top. Why do we call it that? Because you're going to get the precious jewels of what will make you a top trainer. Not all of that stuff going around in your head and you're feeling like you got it, but you really don't. When you measure up to the checklist, there's not one coach that's come in there and measured up what they got opposed to what we give them with their handbooks, guides, the video tutorials, the extended lessons, the film studies. We do an immense amount of things. Like there's total college going on around you and you're not conscious of it. But when you do get that understanding of what we are doing inside of the sport, your boxes, you have so many boxes unchecked when you realize it and pair it up, because we have over 130 plus years of boxing knowledge. How long have you been in the game? And that's kind of what we're going to be giving you. Coming this week, we're going to have one of the greatest who ever done it. I say, I know 1000% that he is the GOAT. His daughter's going to come on. She was the first lady in boxing, J. Marie Moore, Archie Moore's daughter. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear some conversation that's going to really make you realize the depths of who we are and what we do and who we are actually doing it with. So if you are out there and you're coaching, make sure you introduce yourself. Don't be that guy having the opportunity to get access to me and the knowledge that I possess, and then just don't do it because the devil's on your ear saying, no, don't do it. Be smarter than that, because it's an opportunity. I'm not accessible. And to have you this opportunity, prove that you are of the metal. I see the comments coming in. I appreciate you guys, because I'm going to take the time when I get a gap in my day to go down this line and respond to every single one of you. And no, it won't be an admin. It will be me. So every word that you see, every comment that is said, it will be coming from me. For more information, make sure you can find and contact the information that we have on our website. You can go up to masterboxingllc.com. That's where you can find registrations, or you can leave questions that you could have answered on the site, or registering now, where we have a special for all of you guys who've never been in the School of Boxing and really want to understand what it is and what it gives you. Let me tell you this: if there's somebody right now that you're eye level with, when you get into the School of Boxing and Top Trainer you, they can only see the bottom of your shoes, because you're going to instantly go 25 feet higher than them. So that's just because you've invested in something if you want to equate it to cars, an AMG Mercedes. All right. And you guys understand the difference between being in a car and being in a Benz. It's a difference when you have totally decided to level up and not just bottom feed, but take and get into the university that really will elevate you and catapult you and be right there in your ear, making sure you don't make these mistakes and protect your fighter at all time. Understand and know the rules of boxing, what's to come, and how to get there. That's what we provide in the Top Training You program inside of the School of Boxing. So that's where you can find us, masterboxingllc.com. Don't fret and don't be fearful to contact us because we work for you. That's all I got for right now. Continued blessings to our friend Alejandra Ayala. May that she have a full recovery. So all of you send your prayers out to her and the other young lady who she fought, Hannah Rankin, because only one person was in that ring with her besides the referee, and it was Hannah. So she's feeling exactly the pain that we all fear to feel when someone gets hurt. So do the right thing, prevent these type things from happening, and learn and continue to follow us at Master Boxing across the board. Until next time, continue blessings at Godspeed. Continue to introduce yourself. Let me know what part of the world you're from. I want to chop it up, and I will definitely be on these comments this evening and responding and replying to each and every single one of you because it matters most. That's all I got for right now. Continue blessings and special shouts out to my brothers who are currently in the School of Boxing. To my brothers who are currently in the School of Boxing, peace out.